the middle of April and it's a great time to plant trees throughout Nebraska. If you haven't been thinking about where you can put a tree in your landscape, now's the time to do it. Today we're going to be looking at a couple different options of planting a containerized tree as well as what's commonly called a bag tree or root maker. Of course, before you get ready to plant a tree, what you want to be able to do is make sure you're matching your tree to your site and site growing conditions. You're picking a tree that's going to meet the needs that you're wanting to see, whether it's aesthetics, beautification, wildlife habitat. And of course, you're going to the nursery and buying a high quality tree. You're looking to buy root stock, not a tops. You want to get as best of a root system that you can. And in this case, we're going to be looking at a container tree, and you'll be selecting something like this. This is very common in the nursery, and you want to make sure that the tree does not have a lot of stem girdling roots within that container. And we'll take this root system apart and make sure that it's nice and clean and won't develop stem girdling roots, which will cause the tree to potentially fail over time. We'll properly locate that tree in the planting hole. We like to tell people to buy a $5 tree and invest in a $50 planting hole. So you really want to take your time and effort to plant the tree correctly, making sure your top lateral roots or top uppermost roots are at or near the soil line. And if you're going to make an error on planting the tree either too shallow or too deep, it's better to go a little bit too shallow. Okay, after we've gotten the root system out of the container, spread out the roots, made sure we've gotten rid of any container or stem girdling roots located at the right depth in the planting hole, we want to slowly add the soil, same soil that came out of the planting hole, back in around the root system. Don't add any amendments unless you know you need something. And if you have some water that's available, slowly add water to backfill and get those air pockets out of there. Mulch, of course, 3 to 4 inches, light mulch, keep it away from the base of that trunk. And go ahead and stake that tree. A smaller tree generally not necessary, and that tree will do great for you. In contrast to the containerized stock, what we have here is what's called a bag tree or root maker tree, where the root system is created through an air pruning method. The benefits of using stock like this is it produces a root system that's more fibrous, typically better developed, and that establishes quicker and easier in your landscape. Compared to containerized stock, you eliminate the problems of containerized girdling roots. It's easier to plant the tree at the proper location in your landscape because you can see the root system better. And all in all, it's just a real good product to look at. So remember, right tree, right place, right way. And if you're going to plant a tree, make sure you do it the right way the first time. You're putting something in the landscape that's going to give us generational benefits for decades and decades to come. And you shouldn't take any shortcuts. Get a $5 plant, dig a $50 hole, and really invest the time into putting it in your landscape the proper way. Remember, Arbor Day is just around the corner. Look in your landscape, find a place for a tree, a shrub, and go for it. Plant a tree in your yard today.